already know the drill. We back again with another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And strap on your seatbelts, cause it's all pedal to the metal from here. And without further ado, your amazing host, Drew, Billy.
Welcome back to another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys with your host here, DB, and host Trevor Dinsmore. Trevor, how are you doing on this? It's a crisp Tuesday night.
It is definitely a crisp Tuesday night. I'm enjoying it, as you can see, kind of sitting by well, you can't see it through the blinds here, but my big door, my big sliding doors right here. Got a nice view out into the night sky when these blinds are open. But for our sake here, I'm gonna leave them closed in case somebody walks by with a dog, or God knows what happens. A gremlin comes and sneaks up on me.
Right.
But anyway, regardless, doing well. Stress is relatively low, especially after a stressful weekend of college basketball, which I imagine we'll get into. But we got other news to cover, so get into it.
A lot of news here. Stay along as usual. Stay along for Trevor segments throughout. We do have a little caveat that we're going to be adding, but that'll be a surprise. And then also debate time later on in the show with me. But leading on here, Russell Wilson has reached an agreement to join the New York Giants. It's just broke, an hour or two ago. Deal for the 36-year-old quarterback is reported for 1 year up to $21 million, guaranteed 10.5. Feelings on this, Trevor? Did we let him walk away?
Very surprised.
Yes. Especially
after the Giants got a hold of Jameis Winston not too long ago, fulfilling the Super Bowl media question that Jameis asked Saquon. The memes were just flying off the handle with that one. And I thought that was going to be the big signing of the week, but no. Lo and behold, Russell Wilson, no longer a Steeler, now a Giant. And the Steelers, again, are going to have a whole new QB room. Mm-hmm. Who's going to be in that QB room? Mason Rudolph right now. I don't know who else. We'll figure that out as time goes on. But Russ and Jameis in the same QB room. I would have thought that you'd want to pair maybe a young guy with Jameis or with Russ, maybe get one or the other, draft a quarterback with Malik Neighbors, let those two grow together. But I'm not the Giants. I'm not Joe Schoen. And quite frankly, I still don't know how Joe Schoen has a job. And this kind of hammers that point home a little bit. It seems a little bit illogical to me. I mean, I don't blame Russ for going to get the money. That's fine. You're making, $21 million up to that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, my friend. 36 years old. We saw where you were last year. You're not necessarily worth $21 million. You're going to make $21 million. Take your bag. Have fun. Go ahead. But from an organizational perspective, weird. Very weird.
Yeah. No. And that was... I got to start doing this. That was reported by Adam Schefter at ESPN. But after the deal was broke, or I don't know the time frame about this. I don't have X. People want me to get on X. I don't want to do it, even when it was
better off.
But yeah,
you're better off. Just. I mean, other than getting stuff from Rap Sheet and Shefty, it's not much for our purposes.
No. But Wilson wrote on his X account, "Relentless confidence, don't ever stop believing in you." So I don't know fully when that was posted, but I don't know if that's a shot towards the Steelers not believing in him or him just believing in himself. I don't know.
I took more of what Najee said to heart than I do Russ's comments.
And that's and that pissed me off when I saw it. But no, I just hope this isn't something we look back on and say, hey, maybe we should have sided with him here. That's just a concerning thing with this position. But we'll see what the fuck happens, Trevor. We got a comment here. Hold on here. Let me see.
Oh, already?
Who was the Steelers? Hi, Doug. Thanks for joining us. Mason Rudolph right now.
It might be me. I might have to. Might have to go to a tryout. See what happens. I mean, we'll go 10-7.
Right.
I'll at least do that.
Yeah. No, but later, stay with us, because Cameron Hayward kind of drives home the point, the urgency here with the position. But as we go forward, four-time Pro Bowler wide receiver Stephon Diggs, not a fan of this guy. Very interesting. Goes to the Patriots, Trevor. This happened just earlier today on a 3-year, $69 million deal. Includes $26 million guaranteed, reported by Adam Schefter. I'm very shocked. If Bill Belichick was still the coach, they wouldn't have done this deal. He's coming off an ACL injury from week 8. So your opinions on this move?
Who's their coach? Who
Trey,
they just hire as their coach?
Mike Vrabel.
Oh, duh. That's right.
That's okay.
I always forget about him.
Right.
I forget about him like the NFL forgot about him last year, and he didn't have a job.
It's
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Another case of a veteran going to get their bag, even though they might have had some on the field and off the field issues beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, $23 million a year for a receiver, not too bad for an aging vet. And going to give a number one, I guess, for Drake May to throw to.
Correct.
I mean, how good that number one is, and given his history, especially in Buffalo and even to an extent in Minnesota, me want ball, only me want ball.
Correct.
A lot of receivers are like that, but Stephon made it a little bit more pronounced than some others.
Mm-hmm.
How good that is for the development of a young QB, I don't know. We'll see how well they work together. I imagine there's some strings attached to that contract too. News just broke about it, so all I know is the 3 years, $69 million. Yeah.
No. And Adam Schefter did report on that. Also, Trevor, I did not realize he was 31. That's aggressive.
Yeah.
Just coming off ACL injury. Okay, we'll see what the fuck happens.
I think Keenan Allen was a same age when he signed with the Bears, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Right. Yeah, but we'll see. But yeah, I can't say it enough. And being around Bills fans, Stephon's attitude gets the best of him sometimes. So maybe, hopefully, up in New England, he can figure it out. But moving over here, I'm sick of hearing this fucking guy's name. Every time I get on Facebook, Instagram, I see his face. Aaron Rodgers. He visited the facility on Friday. We don't know what the fuck came out of that. He was there for approximately 6 hours. Does that tell you now Russell is walking away from the Steelers? Is this going to happen here, or what the hell?
It feels inevitable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really see it on my Marvel poster right back here.
Yeah.
Thanos is on there. And Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers right now is Thanos. He's going to snap his fingers, make it happen, and make half the Steelers universe hate the decision. I'm part of that half. And make half of the Steelers universe love the decision. At least I would anticipate.
Yeah.
He's kind of the best option right now, too. We're going to take a flyer on Jackson Dart in the draft, or draft Jalen Milroe in the 3rd round and hope that he works out. I don't know. Signing a 41-year-old quarterback, very un-Steeler-like. But weirdly, it's the best option right now.
Just you saying that kind of just really made it hit me a little.
I know.
It just kind of sunk in a little. Like I see the words, but when I hear someone else say it, it's like, oh shit, yeah, this is
real.
Not good.
It's real, my friend. In the words of Kurt Angle, it's real, it's damn real, or it's true, it's damn true, and it's. Yeah. I heard rumors that a deal might get done in the next few days, but of course I've heard those. I've heard he might wait until after the draft. I've heard it might be the week of the draft. We debated that a couple weeks ago. And my opinion constantly changes on it with the NFL media's opinion. So Lord knows when this guy's going to make a decision. And Lord knows when the Steelers are going to have their official starting quarterback.
Yeah. No, and I saw Josh commented. To the Steelers fans that watch us, we are as confused as you are. We went from Pickett, Trubisky, Rudolph to Wilson, Fields, Allen, Mason Rudolph. What the fuck? Like, that is so mind-boggling, Trevor. In a 3-year period, a QB change. Fuck.
I always say it. We took 18 years of Ben for granted.
Yeah.
We never had to question who was under center.
Correct. And the tears I shed that night have came to haunt me because I knew what the fuck was going to... I didn't think it was going to be this bad. This is bad. But...
I wouldn't say bad because we still have winning records. It's just stressful.
Right. Yeah.
It's just agonizingly painful to watch the offense sometimes.
And then you come in the offseason and I'm just starting to get numb to what the fuck we're doing. Khan's trying his best. I don't know who to play. But so, moving forward, Vikings are not pursuing Rodgers, so it's leaving him with 2 serious options at this state. But moving forward here, again, we are Steeler fans, but we're not going to be talking about them the entire time. But Cameron Hayward went on to the Rich Eisen show and talked about the sense of urgency he has in regards to the quarterback position. He feels, Trevor, himself and TJ, we don't have 2 or 3 years. There needs to be a sense of urgency if we want to win a championship. Or these guys are going to be hanging the cleats up, Hall of Fame careers, I think. And they'll never get a sense of championship. You agree with him?
Yeah, I mean, the urgency to win is always present in the NFL, right? You see that even with the best of teams because, all it takes is you losing one time, especially in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden your hopes and dreams up in smoke after another long season of hard work.
Yep.
That's the case for 31 teams.
Correct.
Was not the case for the Philadelphia Eagles this past year, which still kind of bites me, but I'd rather have that than, Tay and Kelsey and all the 14-year-old Chiefs fans celebrating in the streets of Missouri. So
we love you, Travis. Yeah.
But Cam's 100% right. And I would assume that a lot of Steeler fans are in limbo with this.
Mm-hmm.
TJ's not going to be around forever. Cam, especially going into his 14th year.
Yeah.
He's not going to be around forever. Even though I think he might wait until he's absolutely crippled and can't play anymore.
Oh, he's a pound of youth last season.
Oh, I know. It was strange. He was chasing guys 20 yards down the field as a defensive lineman. It's ridiculous how the motor he has and the effort he still puts into the game. And obviously, TJ succumbed to some injuries last season. Production fell off a little bit. And along with that, too, you got guys like Minka on the back end and, guys like George Pickens and now DK Metcalf. You have all this. I'm not saying we have the best roster in the NFL. We're still, especially on the offensive side, pretty mediocre. But we have all this talent. We got to start making some use of it. We got to start winning some playoff games here. And we got to do it before these, I'll say, how do I want to say this? Basically, I'll say it like this: Guardians of the Steel Curtain.
Correct.
TJ Watt, Cam Hayward. Yeah. All-time Steelers.
Yep. We
don't want that talent to go to waste.
No. And I think I said it months ago after the season. If TJ never gets a ring, that'll hurt. He deserves. Yeah. Cam does too, but the level.
Oh, okay. Competitor. Cam, in my opinion, maybe even more so, just because of the longevity factor.
Correct. No, but we hope to see urgency, and we'll see if it's through the hands of fucking Aaron Rodgers and his face painting and whatever the hell he brings to Pittsburgh. Switching over before I stroke out here, Trevor.
Hey. You know what you do when you start to stroke out?
Yeah.
Come down to my place.
Yeah.
Go outside Acrisure Stadium on the lawn by the river. Rodgers is going to be doing some sort of ceremonial like sun or rain dance, and there's going to be some incense and all that sort of stuff. Calm you down a little bit.
Yeah. No, I can just feel my fucking pulse just fucking.
We need to do one of those silence retreats, I think.
I just love to go watch, just see what the hell's going on. But no, switching over though. Matt Stafford knew Devontae Adams well from their 7 seasons facing each other in the NFC North. When he was on the Lions and Adams was on the Green Bay Packers. now they're teammates for the Los Angeles Rams. He's excited as shit. He has a ton of respect for them. Trevor alluded to, what did you say before the show? Because I agree with you. I didn't think about this. You know.
I have a hard time putting a wide receiver duo, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I have a hard time putting any duo ahead of those two.
Yeah.
And that's not an insult to Cooper Kupp, because Cooper Kupp was, when he was in his prime, fan-fucking-tastic. Still was fan-fucking-tastic for a long time with the Rams, even in his later years there. Despite the injuries, he was productive on a per-game basis. But you have Devontae Adams, a consistent all-pro, multiple-time Pro Bowler, and you got Puka Nacua, who's a star in the making still. Hasn't even hit his prime yet, and he's already putting up Cooper Kupp-like numbers.
Right.
So let that sink in, folks. Matthew Stafford and the Rams are not going anywhere.
No. And then you throw on Sean McVay's game planning. It's a little scary there.
Oh, yeah. Literally, the guy can recite plays from memory. Hey, Sean McVay, you remember this 3rd down and 4 that you ran against the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 4 of the 2023 season? Oh, yeah. Puka ran a button hook, and Cooper Kupp ran a hitch.
Right.
And just recites it off. He's just steel trap memory, man. It's a beautiful thing to watch the Rams style of football, because we thought that, like I've said this many times, we thought they were going to fall off. They didn't fall off.
No.
They dipped. Sure, they dipped a little bit, but now they're back.
No, in that game against the Eagles, it showed me something. Heart. There's heart there.
Yeah.
Some plays didn't go their way, and balls went the wrong way, but it is what it is. But but no, we alluded to the fiasco in Giants. Known for eating W's, Jameis Winston is now taking a bite out of the Big Apple. I posted on X that he starts spreading the news. I don't think anybody's real too excited, but we'll see what the hell comes of it, Trevor. But yeah, again, I know we talked about it with Russell Wilson's news. Jameis going to the Giants. Are you shocked by this at all? Yeah.
He put a capital W in news too. He's gonna eat that W.
Yeah.
Gonna eat that W.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Russ that's going to be eating the W's now, but regardless, good for Jameis. Like I said, fulfilling the prophecy that was set at Super Bowl Media Day, when he asked Saquon, "Hey, I'm a free agent this year. I don't have a home. Where should I go?" He said, "New York." Who, the Giants? Yeah, Giants. And lo and behold, here we go.
Yeah. No.
What's the? Oh God. You talk about the amount of memes that you can make with these two quarterbacks at the Giants facility. Just literally put Hard Knocks with the Giants and just watch those two talk to each other. Yeah. Just please make this happen. I know Hard Knocks might not be airing again, but make that happen for fuck's sake. I want to see eating W's, and I want to see Giants Nation or whatever they call themselves. Here we go, or whatever phrase that Russell Wilson's going to come up with for his new home.
Yeah. No, it's got two strong personalities coming together. I'm very excited to see. And then you got Dable.
And I held back here. I was going to make a joke in regards to some old New York structures that were formerly knocked down in relation to this, but I don't want to offend our viewers that are still sensitive to that issue.
Yeah. No.
That's a line I will not cross. Not on the internet anyway. Maybe in the PlayStation chat, but not here.
Yes. No, it's very interesting what the hell they're going. We'll see how Dable can control these guys. But God. Yeah.
As if he hasn't lost enough hair.
Correct. No. And how red his face gets. It's fucking something.
Red as a tomato. Ugh.
Yeah.
Redder than me during a Steeler game. It's an impressive thing to watch that he's still able to coach and still able to put together a competent game plan with the talent that he has and with the personalities now that he's going to have. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going to be fun. Yeah. It's going to be fun. I envision it as, if you remember the old Kurt Angle and Ric Flair promo. I forget exactly where they were, but they did the woo off when it was like 110 degrees inside and they were sweating their asses off. I imagine that with Winston and Russ.
Yeah.
Proverbially speak, just wooing at each other.
Yeah.
Be fantastic.
Yeah, they're gonna PR department's gonna have fun. But
as well they should.
Yeah. But switching over here, a lot of emotions come with sports. We show our emotions on here time to time. Dan Hurley showed his emotions on the way back from the court into the locker room after UConn's loss to Florida on Sunday. In more ways than one, the UConn head coach held back tears in a post-game interview with CBS on the podium. And he also shared some choice, heated words with Baylor in the tunnel before the Bears took the court against Duke. Going down here, it's such a fucking long quote here, Trevor. Excuse the language. I've already said fuck how many times. But as he was walking back the tunnel, Dan says, I hope they don't fuck you like they fucked us, Hurley said. And furthermore, I hope they don't do that to you, Baylor. Tell us how you really feel, Dan. Feelings on this, Trevor? Some people, the media, what the fuck are their names? Jesus Christ. Analysts out there and everything are critiquing him, saying that's not the way he should represent the school.
Like Barkley's crew that was on the CBS Sports.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
My opinion is he's shown passion. I don't like Dan, but in this instance, shown passion. What's your feelings?
A close loss.
Yeah.
A close loss, a tough loss, and in a lot of ways, and we'll get into it here, talking on the other side of that equation.
Yeah.
They, in a lot of ways, should have won that game.
Right.
Made a lot of mistakes, turned the ball over, committed some bad fouls, and just kind of fell apart down the stretch, which is very Dan Hurley-like, very his teams like, I guess.
Yeah.
Very shocked watching that game and just kind of watching the way that game went. It was like two snails racing each other in the first half. Like neither one really wanted to win. And then the same thing in the second half, just with a little bit faster of a pace. Neither team really wanted to win. It just kind of fell in Florida's lap eventually, and they're moving on. Number 1 survives. Number 8, UConn goes home. Yeah, I kind of read more into it, it being passion than anger and frustration, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I guess you could describe it as passion filtered through that,
Yeah.
Just hating losing that much more than loving winning. And that's what competitors do. That's what the all-time greats have done in the game, whether on the court or on the sidelines. Your Bobby Knights, your Mike Krzyzewskis, and hell, even way back in the day, if you want to talk Duke for a second, your Christian Leitners. Your Cooper Flags. You can tell they hate to lose more than they love to win. So same thing with Mr. Hurley here, and I think it seems just like an isolated thing for him too. Like I haven't seen him blow up like that much. Don't get me wrong, his blood pressure's higher than average, I would say, higher than the average person. But I don't know, just that outward about it toward the media.
Yeah.
Took me aback a little bit.
Yeah. No, and again, if there wasn't a camera back here or back there, this wouldn't even be a thing. But there was, right. And they caught it, and he's never shied away.
Yeah. Yeah. If he says that on camera, imagine what's said off camera.
Correct. Oh, that locker room's probably hot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Let you all fill in the blanks on that one.
Yeah. No, but I got just 3 takeaways here, Trevor, from watching these games the past week. Just to see your opinion on those. Okay. The SEC, strong conference. I feel they're the deepest conference right now in college hoops.
Yep. I have no issue with that at all.
Yeah.
None. None.
Mostly known for football.
There were some teams that had some scares, though.
Yes.
Florida, Talking Alabama as well. Had a
Mhm.
scare against RMU for fuck's sake.
Right.
And then eventually moved on past, what was it? Yeah, they beat St. Mary's pretty good, beat them by 14, but still, a 15-2 scare, that's pretty uncommon. Then just looking at some of the other SEC teams here, Auburn took care of business, no problem there. Texas A&M did lose to Michigan. I think they dealt with injury issues, so the fact they made it out of the first round in a trap game, I'll take that. Ole Miss making a run.
Yes.
I didn't see them making a run.
No.
I saw Iowa State winning that game handily.
Mhm.
And the other way around. So good for Ole Miss. Good for Ole Miss. A lot of folks very commonly doubted them coming into this tournament, and somewhat rightfully so. But I almost forgot to mention Arkansas. Calipari.
Only true Cinderella left.
I would say so.
Yes.
I think they're the only. They're the only double-digit seed left. Only double-digit seed to make the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Pretty stunning. And I think this is the first year, and I forget how many years it is, or it might be the first year since the tournament was to 64 that no mid-major schools have made the Sweet 16.
No.
It's all power conferences.
Right.
If you look at the lineup, you got Texas, Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, Maryland, Houston, Purdue, BYU and Alabama, Duke, Arizona, Auburn and Michigan, Ole Miss and Michigan State. So good bit of Big Ten, good bit of SEC, and some Big 12 sprinkled in.
Right. No, it was again, it was a hell of a weekend. Talking over PlayStation, watching it by myself, it was like holy fuck.
Stressful.
Stressful. If you were betting, underdogs.
Consumed a couple too many of these, but
yeah. But if you were betting underdogs, it's a tough way to go. But SEC has a set of record 7 teams in the Sweet 16. Can't wait to see how they turn out. But yeah, other new Big Ten is still legit. They can still ball, Trevor, for my findings.
Oh yeah, no, yep.
So
Michigan is more than we thought they were.
Yep,
absolutely. Purdue. We doubt Purdue a lot. I doubt Purdue in the tournament quite a bit.
Yes.
They made it through. They're doing all right. Michigan State taking care of business against New Mexico. Yep. Izzo continuing his run. And, like I said, Michigan making it past, albeit an injured Texas A&M team, but making it past the team with the most wins consecutively coming into the tournament in UC San Diego. A very game UC San Diego as well. That was a 3-point game.
Yeah.
It was very another stress-inducing one there.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you picked UC San Diego at the very end. That kind of sucks for you, but
yeah, I think we know
the way it goes. Yeah. As what's his name from Trailer Park Boys? Ricky's dad. What's his name?
It's the way of the fucking road, buddy. Ray.
It's the way. Ray. That's it. It's the way of the road, Bubbles. It's the way of the road.
That's the way she fucking goes. But anyways, and then final point. I like inside basketball. I like watching big boys mix it up in there, like the guy driving the lane. But 3-point shooting is still king in college basketball, without a doubt. The percentages, all the teams that won were substantial to the teams that they beat. And again, 3 is better than 2. 2 is easier to get. But it is what it is.
Yeah. It's become the ideal way to play in this tournament. Is you are a team that can, 1, slow the game down, 2, plays good perimeter defense, and 3, plays better perimeter offense. Shoots the 3 decent enough.
Right.
Gotta have some moderation of an inside game, and gotta have good stretch 4s and 5s that can run the perimeter and come to the high post, set screens, all that good stuff. But yeah, guard play is, as it is in the NBA, it's essential.
Yeah. No, switching over here. This is a topic I think me and Trevor are going to get a little heated about. Maybe more me. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Probably more you. I'm pretty chill over here.
Running back Najee Harris signed with the Los Angeles Chargers this past offseason. You guys know last week, I think, or the week before. K-Cal's Chris Hare interviewed him, and he talked about the transition from Big Ben to Kenny Pickett. But Najee kind of took a little digs in this interview, kind of pissed me off a little bit. Said that after we lost Ben, we lost the O-line. We just didn't know anything on offense, really. We didn't really have an identity. We had a young guy coming in at QB. I was young, the team was young, and I really didn't have nobody that almost learned from on the offensive side of the ball. Shots fired towards the Steelers organization.
A little.
Okay.
A little. Sorry, I didn't hear all of that. Can you repeat?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what he said.
Yeah. Hold on here. He, Jesus. It was, this is quote of Najee. It was a team where we lost Ben, we lost the whole line. We just didn't know anything on offense, really. We didn't have an identity. And then he furthermore went on and said we had a young guy come in at QB, Kenny. I was young, the team was young, and I really didn't have nobody to almost learn from on the offensive side.
Makes a lot of valid points.
He does. Is that a shot at Matt Canada? I mean, we're talking.
It's probably in the mix, yeah. No, I mean, when I first read that, I thought it was, a little bit of shots fired, and then just hearing you read it off again, hearing it in someone else's voice, I think it just kind of solidifies the criticisms that a lot of Steeler fans have had toward that offense for the better part of, 4 or 5 years now?
Correct.
Makes sense. Legitimate criticisms. He didn't say anything that was untruthful. Right. He didn't exaggerate anything, and he very well could have. He could have went further with it, but he left it as, I was young, team was young, we weren't really on offense, we didn't really have an identity, and I couldn't really learn from anybody because there were no veterans on that offense. And it makes total sense.
Right.
You need some semblance of veteran leadership on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Had that with Ben until, he retired in going into Najee's second year.
Yes.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Sour grapes for sure. Could have totally kept his mouth shut and just kind of moved on and done his own thing. But I sometimes you have to get some things off your chest and speak your truth, so to speak. And Najee did that. Spoke the truth of a lot of Steeler fans too. A lot of Steeler fans.
Yeah. No, I get that. I don't like when guys leave them to me. Fucking sour. Kenny through his salt. Najee, yeah.
Here's the thing with that, though. It's entertaining to watch other teams deal with it. When your own team's dealing with it, that's when it sucks.
Correct. But too,
that's always going to be the case.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just my point to say to him, just in closing, if you got anything else, Trevor, before we go over your stuff. You didn't have to fucking line up all the way up the South Hills, though. Okay, Notch, let's.
Might have been where he's told to line up. I don't know.
That could be very. And then I just felt sometimes, Trevor, he just couldn't get the fuck up there. Get up in the hole. I mean, he's fucking dancing. Just plow the fucking guy. I mean,
long strides. He had longer strides than people give him credit for. That's why he kind of looked slow. Whereas Warren's a little bit more of he's a bowling ball. He's constantly motoring. Legs are always churning.
I appreciate him more. I appreciate James Conner, but it's the same situation. James left after his rookie contract was up. Najee's doing the same. I think I will hold on to more of the play of Najee, though. He did do a lot of good for us, Trevor, in his 4 years.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, 1,000-yard season.
He's good.
So, no sour. Just fucking ease up there, okay? They drafted you first round.
To Steeler fans who criticize his performances and Jaylen Warren's performances and the offense as a whole, go back and look at 2012 when we had Jonathan Dwyer and Isaac Redman. Okay,
very tough.
Go back, look at that from a run game perspective. Anyway, would you rather have that or what we have now. I'd rather have, well, what we had with Najee and with Jalen.
And then there was before that it was Deuce, Willie. It was for interesting times. Yeah, that was interesting times.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
Struggle.
But no, that's all I had. I'll be back later with debate time, and we'll go over to Trevor's segments or news, whatever you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna jump right into my Dinsy's draft dissertation. For this week, we're covering linebackers. And for clarification, it was listed as a linebacker on ESPN. So I might be, some edge rushers and linebackers, they might have crossed over, but I went off of ESPN's listing. And as always, gotta have it. Gotta have the blazer. And I always have to struggle to get it on. Hang on, let me move the chair back. Hang on.
Right.
Come forward in the chair.
And I feel I learned, just to the viewers out there, not kissing Trevor's ass here, I feel I'm learning more from you than Mel Kiper.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I do, because he just says, and he thinks that's how it goes.
I tell you, I learn more from Mad Mel Kiper than I do the actual Mel Kiper. Ty Schmidt.
I do too.
And the thing is, I dress better than both of them.
Yes. Yeah. No.
I don't. I wish I had the pompadour hair. I do, but I don't.
Ty Schmidt.
Oh, he's a national treasure, my friend.
Yes.
He needs to be considered a national treasure. But some unfortunate piece of this week's edition of Dinsy's Draft Dissertation, I only have one draft pick to cover. And that's because the linebacker class for the 2025 draft, very middle rounds heavy. A lot of depth guys, not necessarily a lot of standouts that are going to go in the first round. But as it stands, let's announce the pick. Let's get into the analysis here.
Hell yeah.
It's the only time you're going to hear it this week, folks. Treasure it. Rewind it 10 seconds. Hear it again.
I enjoy it.
Because the Bucks pick is in.
Okay. They do need to.
With the 19th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will select Jihad Campbell, a linebacker out of Alabama.
Hell yeah.
And, of course, Alabama, very much known for its defensive players, very much known for its pro-quality linebackers. Jihad Campbell, no different. Got a draft grade 90 overall. Stands 6'3", 235. Not too bad there. Graded at a 6.34. Could be a plus starter. Ran a 4.52 40. Getting comparisons, you'll like this, to another Steeler, one Peyton Wilson.
Ooh.
The athletic, rangy type that can play pass coverage as well as set the edge, get through blockers, that sort of guy. But anyway, the script on him, prototypical build for an NFL middle linebacker. So you think of Peyton Wilson, think of that, but a little bit bigger, right? A little bit bigger, a little bit stockier, but just as quick, just as readily able to get to the boundaries to seal off run lanes. Very good impact tackler, had 117 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 11.5 tackles for loss last year. Played in every single game, stayed healthy, and just as well, pretty good in zone coverage. Your cover 2s, your cover 3s, able to guard that middle, guard the first down line pretty well. Some weaknesses, lacks his instincts, sometimes plays through a straw, i.e. knows one way of playing and is only going to play that way. Not very adept at changing up his ways to fit the weekly game plan, just kind of plays. Unfortunately, does catch contact a lot more than he doles it out. So when he gets into the blockers, they contact him first, and it's all over from there. He doesn't really shove back necessarily. Okay. And just as well, does allow some edge blockers to widen his gap, and that way, opens up the A and B gaps with the run lanes. So pretty similar to Peyton Wilson. Like I said, very athletic, good playmaker.
Yeah.
Just sometimes struggles with certain runs and against next level blockers as well. So, right. But my opinion on him, easily the best linebacker in the draft and a very good fit for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, you think of your Devin Whites, think of him, reincarnated as Jihad Campbell for the Tampa Bay Bucs.
And he's aging too. I don't know how old Devin. This is a good draft pick for Trevor.
I saw on a lot of mock drafts, very good fit for him. I saw Jihad either going here or to the Cardinals, and already had the Cardinals slated for an offensive tackle, I believe.
Yes.
Or no, excuse me, a defensive tackle.
Yes.
So I thought, toss him at 19 to the Bucs. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. No, I think you think he's a day one starter or no?
I'm not sure.
Maybe
I'm not sure. I honestly, let me take a look at the Bucs depth chart real quick.
Because Payton, I believe, he wasn't a starter. He was a fill-in.
No, not right away. Holcomb and Roberts were ahead of him.
Yeah.
So he might get lost in the shuffle early on, but I would imagine he works his way. So we got, that's the other guy I was trying to think of. Levante David is in there.
Yes.
Anthony Walker Jr. as well. So he's probably behind those two and fills in, in an intermediate role, in a situational role, or if someone gets hurt, able to jump in as long as he is, adept up here, learns defense and all that good stuff, does all the right things.
Yeah. Just hope he doesn't give up on the play. That's the only thing. He gets shut down.
No.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just keep fighting in there. Fucking swift arm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got to work on the physicality a little bit. That's the case with a lot of middle linebacker types.
Yep.
A lot of your pass coverage archetype middle linebackers that you see. I would think he falls a little bit into that category, more of a field general than, say, just a pure pass coverage guy, but I would say leans toward the pass coverage and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like a James Ferrier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Ferrier was a little bit more physical, able to get up into the run lanes a little more. I describe him more as a Larry Foote.
He didn't get enough love. I love Larry Foote.
Mm-hmm.
He was fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Absolutely.
No shit. He took no shit. Yeah.
That's right. Not much of a talker. Didn't trash talk, just went out there, took care of business, from what I remember.
Yeah.
So, no, he was.
Joey did the talking.
Yeah. Sometimes too much, but steady as she goes, my friend.
Yes.
But unfortunately, like I said, that's all I have for draft picks this week. Do want to talk about a few other linebackers that are out there in this year's class, because it is a pretty deep position. Officially, 26 of these guys were listed on ESPN's board as draft eligible. So we'll run through a few of them here. One being Carson Schwessinger. I think I got that right. Out of UCLA. He's only the 57th ranked overall, so likely a middle of the second round type of a guy. 6'3", 235, got a draft grade of 84, so you kind of saw the drop from a 90 to an 84 there. It's got a similar prospect grade, 6.36, 39.5-inch vertical. Pretty good for a middle linebacker, I'd say. And he's more of a Noah Sewell type, if you know him from the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good. Filled up the stat sheet, had 136 tackles last season, 90 of them solo, which was first in the FBS, by the way. And just as well, does move inside, gets the inside blocks pretty well, able to get into the run fits. Where he does lack, though, is in his size and sometimes lead blockers like swing blockers and pull blockers. They'll get a hold of him and they'll just bowl him over sometimes. I would imagine at the NFL level that's going to happen.
Right.
But and quick to the ball, but not very good chase speed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he's trying to run a guy down, a lot of times we'll just kind of peter out.
Not good tracking. Okay.
No. A couple other guys here. Demetrius Knight out of South Carolina. Carson Schwessinger. What do you think?
Him leading tackles, Trevor, that's attractive.
I was going to say, good film. That was a good film. And film is a pretty good determinant of how you're going to do in an NFL career nowadays. And it should be the most important thing that the person can put out there is their film.
And I think I said this last year. I haven't yet, because I know when we get to the quarterbacks, I'm going to have my. When you hear Trevor say grades, this is just some guys watching him. They throw it out here. They could go out there and really shine. I'd say if he gets more reps, Trevor, he could be a starter. Maybe build him in. I don't know what system, who's going to draft him, but I think he could fit into any system. Really, you need tackling. You need that.
You do need tackling. You do need tackling.
I mean, so he's doing it at a high level. So fuck yeah. I don't think a day one starter.
No, I mean, and no linebacker in this class really is going to be a day one starter. This is kind of a edge rushers and skill positions are the cream of the crop on defense. They're the most important pieces nowadays. Linebackers, sometimes they get lost in the shuffle just because they're good at one thing, and that's tackling.
Right.
They don't get the splash plays. They don't get the forced fumbles all the time. They don't get the interceptions. They just tackle. They just tackle, and also they run the defense. They have the green dot. But so a lot of times underappreciated. Continuing on down my list here, we got Demetrius Knight out of South Carolina, a similar build to these other two guys, 6'2", 235, only got a 74 overall draft grade. Same prospect grade as Mr. Schwesinger, 6.36. Did ran a 4.5, 840 at 22 on the bench press, and getting comparisons to one Junior Colson of the Chargers. So a good body frame, built for rugged action. Built for, I'd say, the run game. Very good in run support. Where he does lack, though, doesn't have that great a burst, not very quick, and I guess the elusiveness as well, eluding blockers, not quite as great. Does have good lineage, though. He's the cousin of D'Angelo Hall.
Very nice.
D'Angelo Hall, 14-year veteran, defensive back.
Hell
Had a shit ton of interceptions. The Leafs still has the record for most interceptions in a game.
I believe so.
4 one time.
Yes. I think with all these guys is track and elusiveness into the guy. But he has a strong build. I like the 22 on the bench, and I like that 40. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of body moving that fast, folks. A lot of body.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time, my friend.
Yeah.
Did stay healthy, too. So,
that's another thing. Yeah.
I have noted here he only missed, just like a handful of games in his entire college career.
Oh,
not bad.
No.
Not bad.
No.
And another guy who has a familiar name, but I don't believe has any relation to the namesake, Chris Paul Jr. Chris Paul Jr. out of Ole Miss. Only the 115th overall ranked prospect on this list. So, again, just kind of showing that these linebackers, these middle linebacker guys are just, I would say partly not as valued, and it's a tougher position to learn than an edge rusher. Because, edge rushers, it's go get guy with ball.
Yeah, right. Sick him.
It's not obviously not that simple, but,
Right.
There's one mission for that. Middle linebacker, you got to run the defense. You got to play zone coverage. You got to play man coverage. You got to play the run. You got to play everything, right?
Read the quarterback's eye, drop back, You got to
do a lot. You got to do a lot. So it's a much more difficult position to master.
Yes.
But anyway, Mr. Paul Jr. here, 6'1", 222, got a 6.28, could be an average starter in the NFL someday. Ran a 4.6, 340, so not bad at all. 36-inch vertical. Getting comparisons to Zaire Franklin of the Colts, if you know him, number 44.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
Was
third-team All-American and second-team All-SEC in 2024, so has the accolades to warrant a good draft position. Very good in a 4-3 defense, would fit in well there. Able to, run the green dot as he did at Ole Miss. Very patient in diagnosing the runs and doesn't aimlessly get caught in blocks. He has a direct path to the ball, and a lot of times is able to seek out the ball carrier. Where the concern is his size. He is only 6'1", kind of small, only 222. So as it kind of stands, kind of falling on draft boards because of that. And just as well, guys that climb blockers, second level blockers, they get a hold of him and are able to kind of wrangle him, and he's not really able to pursue the ball carrier quite as well. And lacks the ideal man coverage skills that you want out of a middle linebacker, which is not all that uncommon. So, because a lot of the times those guys are facing tight ends, those guys are facing like slot receivers, mismatches.
Mm-hmm.
So tough for them to keep up. Same thing with Mr. Paul there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
his build's like a throwback lineman or linebacker. That's mid 220s. Which I kind of like, a little slim, a little fast. 4'6", 40. That's pretty. That's kind of where I'm at with him. I'm attracted to all these guys. I always think back to James Harrison. When undrafted, you never know what some of these guys might turn out.
That's true.
Like it's just. I think like we've been talking, linebacker, middle linebacker. That position's hard shit.
It's tough. A lot of the times, the quarterback of the defense.
Yeah.
So, not easy. A lot of pressure.
Totally fuck up and give up uber amount of touchdowns. That position's not knowing what the hell he's doing. So, no. Good shit, Drew. Good shit.
Good. Yeah. A couple more guys I want to talk about here. And this next guy out of Georgia is my pick for the most bang for your buck for this linebacker class. Smail Mondon Jr. out of Georgia. Only ranked 147 overall, 6'2", 224, so similar build to the Chris Paul Jr. that I just talked about. Got a 6.31 prospect grade, though, so not bad. Eventually could be a plus starter in the NFL. 4'5", 40, so pretty athletic. 10-foot, 10-inch broad jump. You heard that correctly, and I believe I read that correctly. 10 feet, 10 inches on the broad jump, which for those that don't know is when you jump laterally. You just jump out. How far are you going to go? 10 feet, 10 inches. Shit. It's not long jump where you have a chance to run up and then do it. You're just standing and you jump. 10 feet, 10 inches, this guy. And getting comparisons to one Tommy Eichenberg of the Raiders. Tommy Eichenberg.
Yes.
And going to Georgia, played in a lot of high-pressure situations, a lot of high-pressure packed games. So has the experience in the leadership to get through those games and to run the defense as the quarterback of that defense. Does have good range in zone coverage and just as well good elusiveness as a blitzer and very strong in man coverage. So your prototypical pass coverage linebacker, you think of Smail Mondon Jr. here. Where he does lack, though, and size is always a concern. This guy similar build to Chris Paul earlier, and size was a concern with him. There's fears that Smail's not going to get any bigger than what he is right now, 6'2", 224, or whatever I said that he was. And does as well struggle with play action. A lot of times bites up and kind of misreads things. And did deal with a foot injury in 2023 and 2024. Kind of a nagging one. Played through it, but nothing career-ending, or I don't believe it was a non-contact injury. Nothing as, MCL, ACL, nothing like that. So, pretty good. Good. And a couple other guys I want to talk about. Of course, I got to talk about, when it comes to defense, got to talk about my teams, right? I got to talk about Notre Dame. I got to talk about Penn State.
Yep.
So I'm going to talk about Jack Kaiser and Kobe King.
Yep.
Jack Kaiser, 6-year man out of Notre Dame. 6 years. 6 years. Yes, due to injury early on, and he redshirted and all that good stuff, but only ranked 192nd overall per ESPN, 6'2", 231, so slightly undersized, but where he thrives is in his football IQ. Very smart SOB, and going to Notre Dame, also played in a lot of high-pressure, intense games. So has the experience, has the readiness to do that. Another volume tackler, had 90 tackles, 90 last year, along with a couple forced fumbles. So pretty good playmaker, very smart individual. He does lack the size and ideal push that you would want in the run game. Just as well, explosiveness is a little bit lacking and a little bit slow to the ball. So much more of a IQ guy. I think when all is said and done, I think he'll be a good defensive coordinator someday, whether it's at the collegiate or the NFL level. I'd like to see that because I saw him at Notre Dame, uber smart, always was around the ball. Not necessarily the quickest, didn't have the greatest pop when tackling guys, but very smart, very wise. Knew what the hell he was doing. Knew where to be, when to be there. So knew how to make an impact, even given his limited physical abilities.
Right.
Another guy getting comparisons to Tommy Eichenberg.
Mm.
And another guy getting comparisons to Tommy Eichenberg, Kobe King. Remember Kobe King? Only stands 6'1", 236. So a little bit more stocky. Stocky than a lot of these other guys. Much more of an impact tackler. Only got a 6.16 prospect grade, so not that high. Meaning could be a good backup, maybe starter potential down the line, but in all likelihood, probably just going to be a backup, which is totally fine. Again, filled up the stat sheet in the Big Ten, no less. 97 tackles, 8.5 TFLs in 2024. Pretty good. High impact player. And a prototypical, what they call a Mike linebacker. And when you think of Mike linebacker, who do you think of? Mike Singletary back in the day. Bears.
Yeah.
So think of that, but on a much less level at this point for Kobe King.
Yeah.
Because he does lack some abilities of a prototypical Mike linebacker in that can't really chase runners on like stretch runs and sweeps and stuff like that. A lot of the times the runners will get around the edge on him. Does lack change of direction skills, short area quickness, burst ability, things of that nature. So in tight, he'll kind of get locked up against pretty good blockers. Does not have great man coverage skills, nor the blitz talent skills. At least he didn't put those on tape while he was at Penn State because he didn't really have to.
Abdul.
So steady as she goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kaiser and Kobe King, I see them having potentially short careers. I think they get a pension, but if anything, I think Kobe King with his physical abilities could evolve into a potential routine starter or rotation type player. Jack Kaiser, I don't see. And I know this is Notre Dame. I'm supposed to be biased for my guy, right? But Jack Kaiser as an NFL linebacker, kind of a struggle to see where he's going to be.
Right system, you never know.
Of course, right system, right situation, right coaching, all that. A lot more dominoes have to fall with him.
Yeah, I think these guys really only get in Trevor if there's an injury or something. Let's just say maybe second, third string middle linebacker.
Just takes one opportunity, though.
Correct. Jay, I go every time we talk linebackers with anybody. I'm like
James Harrison.
That is cut 5 times. Come on. Went over and played Euro ball. I mean, I don't know. I favor linebackers. I think you just love the violence, but also the brains they have to have. And it seems the more Notre Dame guy has the brains, maybe over time figures out the physical attributes more, but we'll see. But you got to have brains to be on a football field too. So,
no, I agree. And it just from what I've seen and the trends that I've seen with linebackers, it's a lot easier to develop the mental side of the ball, mental side of football once you get to the NFL because you got coaches that are geniuses, right?
Right.
Coaches that are going to teach you all the tools and tricks that you're going to need to thrive at your position in the scheme and all that good stuff. If you don't have the physical tools, if you're, kind of undersized, it's a lot tougher. It's a lot tougher to overcome. You have to overcome that with heart. And that's the one thing that scouts can't measure. That's the one thing that front office people, coaches, nobody can measure that.
No.
Nobody can measure that.
No.
And one guy that has a good amount of heart out of UNLV, projected to go in the 5th round of this year's draft that I think could be a decent sleeper on day 3. Jackson Woodard. Jackson Woodard, University of Las Vegas. Stands 6'2", 238. Actually got a 6.13 prospect grade, which is pretty similar to Kobe King's, even though he's a little bit further down on the prospect list. He's ranked the 295th prospect. But due to need, he's probably going to be drafted in like 5th or 6th round. At least that's what I'm hearing, and he's appearing to go up draft boards rather than down. Getting comparisons to a former Notre Damer, J.D. Bertrand of the Falcons. Yeah, another smart, somewhat athletic type.
Yeah.
5th-year senior while at UNLV, so has a lot of experience, has a lot of know-how as to playing the middle linebacker position. Was a 2-year starter, reads QB very well, very good in zone and man equally, and does do well as a B-gap blitzer, but not necessarily like as an outside blitzer. So if you see those inside stunts that they do with the middle linebackers from time to time, you'll see Jackson Woodard thrive in those on his film at UNLV, where he does fall a little bit short, keying in and flowing on time to runners. So a lot of times it takes a misstep, and it's house. It's not very misdirections, counter plays, that sort of stuff. Sometimes gets sucked into where the offensive line is moving rather than where the ball carrier is going. It's, a little bit tougher for him to see kind of over those linemen, and just doesn't have a great instinct for that yet. And slow to mirror run lanes as well. So it kind of going along with the same logic there. Offensive flowing one way, it's kind of tough for him to pick up where the ball carrier is. So prototypical pass coverage type linebacker, I would say. So right scheme, right fit. Could find a decent opportunity somewhere, but again, 5th round projection, maybe 6th round, tough to figure out. Hope he finds a home. Hope he, gets a good deal somewhere and sticks it out till he gets his pension. But other than that, I don't see him. I don't know if I see him going beyond that. But if there's anybody late in the draft on day 3 that has potential to do so, I think it's Mr. Woodard.
Oh, yeah. No, I like his attributes, though. You said 6'3", 238.
6'2", 238.
6'2".
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I like the guys around there. I love my 6'5" freaks in the middle too, Trevor, but I'm okay.
Of course. Yeah. Right. Not everybody's going to be Jack Lambert, buddy.
No. 6'5", 215. Smoke a cigarette, do a couple benches, and go for a run. All right, Jack.
Can't do that nowadays.
What a workout regimen. All right. But no.
Yeah.
Anybody
I'm going
else?
to drink this and then go for a 3-mile run and then play
football
on Sunday.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. No.
Nah, we're not doing that here. But
they didn't play on turf. Who would have thought? Jesus.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that is all I got for this week's edition of Dinsy's Draft Dissertation. And next week, we're going to be covering, excuse me while I pull it up, wide receivers, which is a position that slowly has a lot of guys slipping down draft boards.
Yes.
Weirdly.
Yes.
Your
Walking it
Tets.
back.
And, yeah. Your Emeka Ibukas, those types of guys. Some people have Ibuka falling out of the first round. I'm like,
very shocked by that. I saw that today.
Yeah, few and far between, but still, that's kind of stunning. These wide receivers not getting as much love as they normally do. But it is a big guy heavy draft. Tackles, defensive ends, edge rushers, defensive tackles.
That guy, you're telling me he's not in the top 32.
Ibuka, yeah.
It's very hard for me to grasp. But who the fuck?
Yeah, that Matthew Golden, and I don't know where the hell Luther Burden's going to get drafted now. He was projected at one point to go to the Steelers.
Correct.
Now I don't even see anybody with a first-round grade on the guy.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting conversation next week. I'll have to see what I dig up. Daniel Jeremiah's got to come out with his 4.0, man.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Get off McAfee. Let's fucking come out with it. All right?
Rap Sheet's got to come up with one of these, but of course he really can't because he's got kind of got insider information, so I can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Daniel Jeremiah, get on with it with your 4.0 if you haven't already, my friend. We got to see where these receivers are going because
they're. Did you see them? Did you watch McAfee yesterday or no?
I watched like a 20-minute segment today where they were talking to mock draft. Yeah.
Him and Rap Sheet going at it.
Him, DJ and Rap.
Yeah. That was interesting there to see.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But wide receivers next week, and then Yeet or no Yeet?
Excuse me. What's more likely? What's more
likely? I got you. Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I took it out of fucking order. What's more likely with Trevor Dinsmore?
Wanted to make sure you said it, even though.
I got you. Yeah,
I meant to get it on beforehand, but I was still struggling to get the damn thing off in the chair.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
but I will say that Daniel Jeremiah rap sheet back and forth that extended my shit, which was on company time, by the way, by about 10 minutes. So
I like. I don't think you and me really get in pissing matches on here, but I like watching these fucking guys that like think they're the shit on in the NFL side of things, and watching like the one guy says, well, no, and then you watch Rap Sheet's face. And he's like, oh, I want to say something, but I can't because I'm under contract. You know what I mean? It's fun watching the pissing match. The pissing match is amazing.
Yeah.
And that because they're not in a fucking studio on NFL Network. They're on McAfee. You know what I mean? I wanted to see something fly out like, fuck you, DJ, or fuck you, Rap. Yeah, but they wouldn't do it.
So, no.
It would have been so good, though. But, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The only guy Rap Sheet's really going to yell at is the guy that he ran into at a Starbucks not that long ago.
What the fuck? Yeah, that was a whole.
Yeah.
And Boston fucking hates.
Who was that? Was that... I can't remember who it was. Wasn't it like a GM's kid or something? I can't remember what it was. Like an assistant GM.
Yeah, because he was there with Daniel. He saw Daniel Jones, right? Is that what? And then I think the GM relation or something came up and hackled the shit out of him.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, that's what you do.
Starbucks.
You tell me Schefter doesn't get shit? Come on.
No, I bet he does. I bet he constantly does.
No, fuck yeah.
Can't imagine what Shefty's phone bill is with all that fucking burning through phones.
Yeah, is that in the contract with ESPN? Yeah, the screen went out again. Jesus Christ, Adam. Get off there. Are you?
X is down. Shit. Yeah.
Adam, are you really just doing sports coverage or are you doing something else?
That's good.
All right.
Yeah. He's out with Aaron Rodgers on those darkness retreats.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, talking more NFL draft here, a little continuation of my draft dissertation, if you will. More likely non-first round talent to have a better NFL career. Jalen Milroe or Cam Skattebo?
To not happen.
No, more likely non-first round talent to have a better NFL. Have a better NFL career. Milroe or Skattebo?
I like that. I like the Jalen Milroe. I like him.
Oh, I like Skattebo too much.
Yeah,
I
like both of them.
I like the way he moves. I see Skattebo fitting in better in an offense than I do Milroe. If I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, maybe it's the glitz and the glamour. Milroe.
Could be, and I could be totally wrong on him. Because a lot of guys coming in this year had a first-round grade on him. Obviously dipped a little bit with Alabama's performance, but...
Yeah. I like him. It's got to be... He's going to have a spectacular career, though.
I hope so.
Yeah. Either or. I hope the best for both of them. I'll go Milroe, but
of course.
Skattebo's going to...
But for the sake of the question.
Milroe. Right now.
Milroe? I'll say Skattebo. I like Scatterbo.
Yeah.
I hope the Steelers draft him.
Very interested.
Yeah. In like the third round or fourth round.
It would be sexy. Icon, if someone's going to do it, it's going to be Con.
Omar, hello.
Yep.
I'm not saying reach for the guy.
Right.
He's there in the third round.
Yep. Again, no media access. Love it. Just love it. All these other teams are laying out.
I do the phone thing. No chance in hell I'm ever talking to Omar Khan.
well, I'm just watching, and I think I said a lot. I just got to say it again. It happened again with the GM, the Giants. I bet you tomorrow he's going to do a press conference. I don't know why these guys are laying their hands out. That's just whatever.
They must not play poker very well. I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, you were not getting anything out of Steelers camp. All right.
I saw that too.
No, Dustin. All right.
Hear yourself, buddy. God bless. Yeah. We know what it is, so we'll just
God bless you.
Control what we can, my friend. We'll pray for you.
Control the controllable.
That's right. Always. More likely outcome for one Shedeur Sanders now that Russ has been signed to the Giants. He gets drafted by the Browns, which there's rumors floating around. Abdul might fall too. Or he falls outside the top 15 entirely.
I'm going top 15.
Same here. I think it sounds like the Browns now, and I know I have Abdul number 1 on the mock draft, but they're concerned about Abdul's foot, I guess.
Yes.
He might fall to the Browns, and then imagine Abdul on one side, Myles Garrett on the other.
Yeah.
Gains 9-7. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah. I just think Shedeur just again, I like confident people. But the way he went about it, we're in a different era than his dad was in. I think that turned a couple people off by now.
I get that.
So we'll see what comes out, Trevor. But I think Shedeur, say top 25.
I would think so. I
don't know where though.
I mean,
I don't know.
Some people have him falling out of the first round entirely.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked by that either.
No, not totally, but just looking at the draft board now, Giants probably aren't going to trade out of the 3 spot. And they're probably not going to go quarterback. Patriots have their quarterback. Maybe to the Raiders at 6. Well, would fulfill a prophecy that I've long spoke on this show.
Yes.
You remember, close to Thanksgiving last year, I said the Raiders should draft Shedeur and bring on Dion. They could complete one half of the puzzle by drafting Shedeur.
Yeah. I saw a very bold statement again. See on Facebook groups here, folks. Someone put Shedeur Sanders is going to be
everything you hear on Facebook groups.
No, but this was a good one. I think you'll appreciate it. Shedeur Sanders will be the next Trey Lance. Very interesting take there. Very interesting. I said we haven't got to see him in an NFL game though, Trevor. So but very
it's true.
Okay. We'll see. A lot of hype. We'll see.
A lot of hype. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, just looking behind it, I could only see the Raiders really in the top 15 because Jets are 7th. I don't think they're going to draft a quarterback. They have other needs that they need to address.
Yep.
Fields. Who is their quarterback right now?
Fields.
Oh, that's right, Fields.
Yeah.
Panthers have Bryce Young. Saints are kind of straddling onto Derek Carr.
Who?
Caleb's in Chicago. Purdy's going to get a deal in San Fran. Dak's got a big deal in Dallas. Then you got Tua, Anthony Richardson, and Daniel Jones battling it out in Indianapolis. And Michael Penix in Atlanta. That rounds out your top 15. So it's likely either the Browns or the Raiders. That's what it seems like.
Go ahead,
Does that
draft
amuse
him.
you? Is that funny to you?
I just
Funny,
feel
funny
Jamarcus
not.
Russell coming back. Just feel like a Jamarcus Russell situation coming back. Doesn't want to watch film. He's at the strip clubs. He's eating in and out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't
The
know.
Raiders don't ever accept. I'm trying to think back their first round picks. Was Crosby? No, Crosby was.
No, he's like third or fourth, I think.
Yeah, well, one of their first rounders is in prison, so that kind of just. I don't need to go any further with that.
Yeah.
No
Where'd that
offense.
guy go to school again?
Alabama.
That's right.
He was a Saban boy.
Yeah.
Saban said completely out of character. Get into the Raiders organization.
Vegas.
Nothing like fucking hitting 140 in your Lambo. Holy shit. Anyways, let's get moving before
having your Lambo stolen if you're Carson Beck. I should have made a question about him. I really should have. Because in 3 months, he's broken up with his girlfriend, gotten robbed, and had his car stolen.
his stock is so fucking down right now.
No, I get it. Yeah, the hobby's
terrible.
probably not going to like it.
Oh God.
He
Oh.
probably should have come out for the draft this year and just kind of salvaged what he could. But as it stands,
Yep.
More likely to have a bigger impact in 2024. Newest signings for both of these teams: Stephon Diggs on the Patriots or Russ on the Giants.
I'm gonna go Diggs.
Diggs?
And I'm not doing, and I know what people are going to say. You're being harsh because he left the Steelers. No. Please tell me who the fuck, except Malik Neighbors, Wilson's going to throw the ball to. Darius Slayton.
I guess.
Jalen
He
Hyatt.
just got a new contract, didn't he? Slayton? Theo Johnson?
You say those three names to people, Trevor. They go, I didn't even know they fucking played football.
I knew Slayton did, but
I know, but like a fan that doesn't maybe watch Giants.
no, right? Yeah, casually. Yeah.
Drake May is going to have a field day with Stephon. He needed his number one.
Okay.
Now Stephon can't be a dick. If he's a dick, it's going to be bad. He's throwing Gatorade containers. That's
bitching in the media. Bitching at practice. Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, I'll go Diggs.
Want that. Okay. Yeah. I was leaning Russ, but you made a good argument there. Like Daniel Jones was throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors, and Malik Neighbors was putting up Jetta-like numbers last year. So it doesn't really matter. He's one of those where it doesn't really matter who's throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad to say I was dead wrong about him. I did not think he would do that well in the Giants organization, but he's thrived. He's thrived, and I think he's going to thrive with Russ throwing him the ball too. So not going to make a huge difference in terms of the win-loss.
No.
I think, Diggs could definitely help Drake May's development and usher in this new era of the New England Patriots. So
it's basically like a Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It's almost the same guy. I think Drake plays a lot like him, so I think they'll complement.
Well, I mean, Drake May would kill to be where Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs were when they were still losing in divisionals. So,
right.
Opportunity to salvage some of that later in Diggs' career, I guess.
Just got his mind. Just calm down. Fuck.
No, I agree. I know. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So, J.J. McCarthy came out and said on the Up and Adams show, FanDuel TV, the Vikings have not named him the QB1 yet.
No.
Astonishingly.
Mm-hmm.
Although allegedly, Aaron Rodgers is out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I don't know who else would be the number one, but let me toss this out there for you. More likely that the Vikings take a quarterback to compete with J.J. McCarthy for that starting spot, or the Steelers trade up for the second time in 3 years. Who they would take, I don't know. Jackson Dart's floating around. Ashton Genty, maybe if he falls and, we find the right trade value for him, or that he's supposed to last until the Steelers pick, but that Omarion Hampton. Oh.
That's a fair. Well, I did not. You saying that, and I think this is going to open the viewers' eyes as well. So you're saying move up, maybe get Jackson Dart, sign Rodgers, have Jackson sit behind Rodgers for a little bit, learn from him.
That could happen. Maybe that's what the Steelers are. That's what Khan and the boys are thinking. So is that more likely, or the Vikings? And even they could even take like Milroe in the 3rd round or something like that.
What are they doing with Jaron Hall?
I don't think anything.
Okay, he's
traffic there.
Cone. He's
traffic cone, yeah. Collecting a paycheck. Has the ultimate dream job. Backup quarterback in the NFL, gets sold a clipboard.
I'll go ladder. I think
Steelers trade up again.
Yeah.
Pressure's on Omar to make a move. Improve the offense a little bit.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't think they want to have JJ shit himself.
I agree with that. I also got to look.
He seems like a Zach Wilson a little bit when I hear him talk. Is that wrong? I don't know.
He behaves like a Mormon.
Oh, well, we'll leave that where it is.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I was joking.
I know. I was like, oh, something popped in, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. He behaves like a Mormon. No, he really doesn't.
No.
But as it stands, it is only J.J. McCarthy on the Vikings depth chart.
They must have. Okay.
So, as it stands there, I'm going to say they draft one. Not in the 1st round, probably not in the 2nd round either. But later on, maybe they get that Tyler Show from Louisville.
Yeah.
So, I could see that happening. I don't know if he'll compete with J.J. McCarthy for the job, but well, whoever it is, I just know KOC is going to have a field day either way.
I agree.
If you can coach Sam Darnold to 14 wins, you got it made, my friend. You're good. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Switching over to NBA for a brief second before we talk WWE, which a lot happened this week. More likely to come out of their respective conference, underdog in the NBA. Knicks or the Warriors? Knicks are at plus 1,000, Warriors plus 850 via FanDuel.
Like the Knicks.
I was going to say the Dubs. They've been there. Been there, done that. Yeah. They got the coach for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just...
Older, but,
Yeah.
I mean, we saw how that been there, done that, played a factor in Kansas City winning Super Bowls and New England back in the day.
Yep.
And, well, hell, the Dubs in the mid-2010s and late 2010s.
Yeah. Right.
Dynasty.
Yeah, I like, what's his name? The fuck's his name on the Knicks?
Brunson?
I like Brunson. I do. I think he's a dog. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I question that signing hard. Like a lot of the folks.
Yeah.
Like this guy was a average point guard with the Mavericks. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's lighting it up 40 a night in the Garden. It's like, okay.
That's all.
You got that one right, Dolan. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's only him. That's the only reason. No, I think the Warriors are aging, but they could do it too. But I'll go Knicks.
Yeah, we're very diverted in this.
Yeah. We'll come back.
Divisive questions. Yeah.
Yeah, they're making me think, and I like it.
I was gonna say tough questions.
Yeah.
I confused the hell out of you with that Vikings one.
It's like, ooh, okay. Didn't think about that. Yeah.
More likely to happen in the WWE.
Okay.
Just more likely to happen.
Yeah.
Within the next 2 years, CM Punk main events at WrestleMania, or WrestleMania goes overseas before the decade's out.
Oh, I see both of those.
I was going to say me too, but
CM
if you had to just pick one.
I'll go Punk.
Punk main eventing?
And,
I like it.
And I don't want to do long-winded here, but they're going to be coming out with Triple H talking on, I think it's tomorrow, about Stephanie visits or whatever. And they're going to be talking
Stephanie's
about
places.
Yeah. Talking
There's a
about
little clip posted on YouTube. I watched that earlier today.
Yeah. But I think in it, there's a conversation with Triple H in regards to CM Punk leaving for 10 years and then them coming back together. And the company owes him the main event. So I see that.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder how they're going to work him into that.
I mean, they could have done it this year. No, I mean, people just fucking.
No, they could have. I understand, but it's the Cena retirement tour thing. They had to turn him heel and all that. Yeah. We're not talking about him this week, but
right.
If we talked about him, we'd be on here for 3 hours, and I'm not.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Made fun of the kid again. Horrible. But anyway, that's all I got for this week's edition of What's More Likely. And Billy, I understand for Yeet or No Yeet, you have a little something special for us. Do you not?
Yes. Dustin, even though you're on your way, I see you're commenting, so this I hope
Godspeed.
Makes your night.
Probably watching on his phone.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Kind of changed the music up too. Oh. Yeah.
You got it? What?
Yes, sir. I didn't like that it covered your name that quick.
Oh no, it's all right.
It was red
all right. I was just enjoying Jey Uso mid yeet. That's all.
I picked everybody. As far as I get it, why not red? I kind of see that aqua his color on most of the stuff.
Yes.
So
yes, red is his brother's color.
Yes,
it seems the red and black is more Big Jim's.
Yeah.
Whereas the aqua is more Jay's, and one of them is main eventing a WrestleMania this year. One of them isn't. So that's what we're rolling with, and that's who the segment is actually named after. So Yeet or No Yeet.
Yes.
Starting out with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. Nice little back and forth interview on SmackDown. I only really caught that bit of SmackDown. Didn't watch a whole lot else of it, but I did catch a YouTube clip of them going back and forth via satellite.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems that Charlotte Flair is under more pressure to win at WrestleMania than Tiffany Stratton. Yeet or no yeet?
I'm going to go no yeet there. Interesting.
You did it in reverse. It's no, yes, yeah. There you go. You got
no yeet. I'm gonna go. She doesn't really have to prove anything. Got the father's lineage. I don't.
Yeah. She's got to prove that she can come back from a career-altering injury and still be the best.
Yeah, I think she's up there. I don't know if the best.
Maybe reach her father's record as well. I believe she's a 14-time.
Right. I just like Tiffany.
I do too. I'm not saying I don't like Tiffany. Oh yeah. Uber athletic. But former gymnast and not to mention easy on the eyes.
Yeah. But I think I'll go Tiffy here, or I'll go Flair or Charlotte here. But I will say that she got her dad's workings with the heel. She can do it. She can do it.
Yeah. I don't know if when she came back, they tried to peg her as a face, and then the crowd just hated it, or that was the intent all along.
I don't know. No.
I do know that Triple H, under this regime, much more so is willing to pivot.
Yeah.
Versus Vince McMahon, but
yes. Yeah. Ooh. Are you gonna boo me or are you gonna woo me? I love that. Yeah.
The John Cena of women's wrestling, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Boo woo. Boo woo. Same thing, basically.
I mean, they're not saying shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right. Not quite that level. Not quite that. Flair wasn't a heel. She went back and forth between heel and face. Cena was a face the whole time until recently. But as far as the question goes, no yeet. Tiffany's got to prove her worth. I view this as another passing of the torch. Charlotte Flair did it with Rhea Ripley a couple years ago. She's going to do it with Tiffany this year.
Yep.
Yeet or no yeet, the WWE, and speaking of pivoting, turning a botched tope jump, over the top rope by Jey Uso into the storyline with him and Gunther is only going to make that WrestleMania moment of him yeeting with the World Heavyweight Championship that much sweeter.
Yeet.
All the way. Yeah.
That staircase scene with his brother. Really. And then Jimmy slapping the fuck out of him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think that was strategic that they were in that little corridor as well, where the sound just echoed right back to where they were. It was beautiful.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. No, it was good shit.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the Usos teaming up again last night. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Not quite as gelling as they were when they were together full time, but still very cool to see. Very cool to see. Could have seen it from a million miles away. Him, the mystery tag team partner for Jey Uso. Who else was it going to be?
Right.
Still. Very. Going back to CM Punk, we're talking about him again. I said last week that Randy Orton and Kevin Owens should open WrestleMania. Right? Open one night. You know who should open the other night? A triple threat between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. The guy that brought the two Shield members that run WWE into the business. That should go on first on the other night. Whatever night you want to put them on, you want to put Punk, Rollins, Reigns on the first night or the second night, whatever. You have your first two matches right there.
I'm going to go yeet.
Same here.
Do it.
Same here.
Do it.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot match.
Yes.
You want the crowd to get into it right away. You play Seth Rollins' song, you let the crowd go, oh. You let Roman go, ooh, ah. And you let Cult of Personality blare throughout Las Vegas.
Fuck yeah.
It's beautiful.
I love it. Yeah, you got the three biggest faces, I feel, in the whole industry in a match. Legendary. Got to be up there.
Absolutely.
I will be glued to the fucking TV if that happens. I will not. If I have to piss, I will piss myself. I will fucking piss myself. I will not get up.
You know what we should do, Billy? That's actually after like my busy season. We should live stream that if you're gonna watch it.
Yeah, like a live watch. Yeah.
Live watch along.
Yeah. Hold on. That's it. Okay. All right.
All right. In the comments, yeet or no yeet. We should do a live watch along at WrestleMania.
Put it in there. Yeah. That'd be good shit.
Nah, I'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy it. It'd be like the draft because those things, it goes for like 3 and 4 hours a night. So it's a long time, but it's fun. Yeah. It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Moving off of wrestling for a little bit here. Yeet or no yeet, Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers feels inevitable at this point.
Russ walking out just kind of sealed it for me, so eat on that.
Same here. Yeah. As if it wasn't already inevitable, it is now.
I'm just getting
talked about it earlier, but just to officially put a yeet or no yeet stamp on it.
Yeah, I'm getting Kenny Pickett feels. That's all. That's why I'm thinking he heard something, and that's why he left. So.
Totally.
And I think maybe Fields got wind of it early too. I don't know.
Possible.
Yeah. So, who the fuck would have thought? 26-year-old to 41-year-old. All right. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. God damn it.
We love to see it, Billy.
I want to grab my ring light and just fucking smash it. I'm so pissed. Now that I didn't think about it like that. There's a 15-year difference. Fucking Rogers probably tried his first joint when Fields came out of the womb.
You okay? You okay?
Keep it low.
Okay. We're talking NCAA for a second here.
All right, thank God.
Yeah. And one of the teams I mentioned earlier out of the vaunted and what you call very, very deep SEC conference, John Calipari.
Ooh.
After making a Sweet 16 with his fourth team, and to list those off, obviously Arkansas, did it with Kentucky, Memphis, and of all teams, did it with UMass too, way back early in his coaching career. He has officially established himself as a top 10 collegiate basketball coach of all time.
Yeet. Caveat to that, Western PA boy. Dad worked at the steel mill. Busted his ass.
Yep.
Clarion alum. An Italian. And he has an inspiring story. And he never gives up on his athletes. So that's why I think how diverse he is in coaching, Trevor. Yeah. Without a doubt.
So I don't know. I don't know if I put him up there with like the Bobby Knights, the John Woodens, and the Mike Krzyzewskis quite yet. I think he cracks the top 10 though. I think he just barely.
Oh, he has to.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean he's only 23rd still on the all-time wins list, so not terribly high. But the accolades, they kind of speak for themselves at this point. And has he's won a national championship, right? He's had to have.
I believe 2012 or in the early teens.
The early teens.
Yes.
2012. Oh yeah, the AD team, Anthony Davis team. That's right.
Yep.
I got you. So maybe he needs to add one or two more of those. Crack the top 5, and
the only reason I put him in the top 10, he literally, and I think we always have some nugget. You always throw something out there that no one's talking about. I just got to throw this. He was dealing with NIL within himself, within his own team. Like, how many fucking one year guys? Like, he was doing that way back. No one really talks about that. He's already went through this NIL kind of shit in a way, but within his own system. I mean, fuck, you go to Kentucky, they weren't talking about classes. Hey, what apartment? What city would you like? It was total different conversation. I don't know. That's why I think he's up there, Trevor. He knew the value of the kids. He wanted the kids to succeed and should go chase the bag, which they have to, and then change their. I think he's very big on changing their outcome and in their environment. That's why I appreciate it. That's all.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But if you fuck him, though, he said it today. You leave me, I'm closing that door. And I'm like, okay, I see. Fair enough, John.
Boundaries.
That's real. That's real world. Real world.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Employers do it all the time.
Yeah, I know I was long-winded, but I just
doors shut for a while. The same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Cal. I like him.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Love him to death.
Yeah.
That's it for this week's edition of Yeet or No Yeet.
Oh,
Moving on a scale of 1 to 10. Are they 5?
I'm buying a fucking mouse.
What? Not a good mouse?
I'm not doing. No, I'm just doing the touchpad on the laptop. But on
one of these.
Yeah, I saw a guy.
Yeah,
can add one of those. Looks futuristic as shit.
Oh, it's nice. They're not that expensive. I think this is like $30 maybe. 30, so $40.
Does that control the mouse then?
On it?
Yeah.
You see the ball on it?
Yeah. What's that though?
That moves the arrow.
Oh no shit! It moves the mouse.
Yeah, and then these two little buttons right here help you scroll up and down, as well as you got your left and right and the scroll button here.
Oh shit!
So
it's badass.
That's literally what I've been doing. Like, this is what I do for work. I only move like my thumb and my index and middle finger to click shit.
But apologize for that, Trevor. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked with Trevor Jensen?
After the tangent of mouse.
What company is that?
A new mouse.
Do we know what company?
Logi.
Hey, Logi out there.
LOGI.
You sponsor us with the million watchers we have. We really appreciate it.
It's the keyboard I have too. You probably can't see it from here. Logitech.
Yep. Get a hold of us.
Yeah. They make beautiful computer accessories. I'll just say that.
Hell yeah.
I've had these for the better part of like 5 years now. Still run beautiful.
Look good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like them. Got these at the start of COVID, actually.
No shit.
I had to work from home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was constantly doing this over the laptop. Not good. Not good for you. Touchpad. Not good for you. Sit back. Boom. Boom. Done.
Right.
Anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? Certain wrestler made his debut last night on Monday Night Raw. A certain masked wonder, El Grande Americano. Yes, it's Chad Gable. I know. But officially, it was El Grande Americano. And he won the match versus Dragon Lee by ripping off his mask. So, on a scale of 1 to 10 for that, El Grande Americano, is he fucked?
10.
I'm saying 11. Yeah.
I don't have any Hispanic or Mexican descent in me, Trevor. But watching Ray's documentary, the biography the WWE did on him, they do it on all the stars. When they ripped his mask off at WCW,
oh yes,
it took many years for him to get over that. And actually, in his clause, the WWE will never put that on him, or he'll just eliminate, or he'll terminate his contract. I am very shocked Triple H tests these waters. That's all. I didn't like it.
I would assume Dragon Lee would have to sign off on that. I would assume.
This is very touchy in the Libra Day, or whatever the fuck.
Day.
Yeah, it's very. Does he go away for a while now? I don't know what they do with that.
Dragon Lee?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did not like it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't like it.
No.
It turned me off a little bit.
Stunning. Yeah, because we haven't really seen that since. I haven't seen that personally since Jericho and Mysterio for the IC title back in the day. I think it was like 2009, 2010, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But it's been like a decade and a half since I've seen that happen in a WWE match.
Yeah. I saw him go for it, grab it. I go, okay, he's not. No.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay.
Yanks it. Yep.
She's like, why are you so pissed? Like that? I'm sick to my stomach a little bit. Like that kind of fucked me up.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. It's okay. It's whatever. It's fine. I don't like Jack Gable now. No. I don't.
Yeah,
like
he gets the "you suck" chance warranted. Those are warranted toward him.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. I'll just leave it there. I want to say some more shit, but it's not appropriate. So
Did add a Hurricane Rana to his moveset, though. That was pretty.
He did. Yeah. Well, you have to mix it. You gotta.
Oh yeah.
Because when he first came out, he did his usual back suplex shit, and I'm like, okay, now that's Gable. Now I knew already, but that
you knew that.
Yeah, but that kind of solidified it. It's like, okay.
Right? Yeah. And Pat McAfee's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Cole. That was El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just was.
I don't think Cole liked it either from his. I don't know.
I imagine a lot of folks had to sign off on that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for something of that magnitude.
What did? Oh boy! All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah, trying to put Chad over, I guess. I don't know.
I'll leave it there. I could go all night about it. I saw it. Oh.
Yeah, not good. Not a good situation.
No.
At least from the kayfabe side of things, maybe.
Oh,
like
no.
I said, maybe it was all hunky dory backstage and it was fine, but
Yeah.
I don't think Triple H would do that to ruffle feathers.
I don't think. I was shocked that we went that. Like you said, there had to be. I think there was an agreement for the viewers out there that are also have shit in their pants about it.
Yeah.
I think there's an agreement. I don't think he wants to be the new Vince McMahon and start shit controversy.
No, and I mean, in fairness, he was in a spot where he was able to cover up right away.
Oh yeah,
you didn't really see his face. I mean, I did rewind the match a little bit, and when they're going to the top rope right before he rips it off, he unbuckles it. He kind of tucks his head behind and unbuckles it. So that's a little secret of wrestling for you, but
yeah.
So
there was an agreement then. It wasn't like when they did back in the day and they fucking ripped Ray's eye open. It was like, oh.
Well, there was probably an agreement then too, but still wasn't great.
Kevin Nash was an asshole about that. We'll just keep moving.
Oh yeah, well,
it's like put it back on. I'm like, fuck you, Kevin.
Kevin,
I think he's quite handsome.
I will say this. I will say this. Kevin Nash is his own guy. I'll just
him and Scott Hall, buddy. Keep it moving.
Interesting personalities, that's for sure. Going back to football for a second. We'll talk about some not so good things here in a second, but just something weird that I saw, something that I really had never seen before. A guy by the name of Chad Reuter of NFL.com made a 4-round mock draft. And I didn't look at the mock draft. I couldn't even tell you, who the Steelers were picking. Like, actually, I can. I think they're taking that what's his name from Louisville, that quarterback later on in the draft. I think that's what Rich Eisen said. But beyond that, just the concept of a 4-round mock draft begs the question on a scale of 1 to 10. This Chad Reuter guy, what is he doing with his life? Is he fucked for making this 4-round mock draft?
Cool. I like the 8.
8? I mean, the nerd in me is actually, the nerd in me is
persistence. I like the persistence.
Yeah.
I mean, there's had to been a lot of fucking time.
That's a good point.
That's why I don't want to
go
full
that
point. Who the fuck is going to do that, Trevor?
I guess we're two guys who play video games until 3 a.m. talking here, and I'm bitching about a guy creating a 4-round mock draft. This is his version of a video game. So okay, let him be. I was at a 10, but I'm at a 6 now. I'll dial it down to a 6.
I'm just amazed. I love to see the accuracy. That would be kind of cool.
However many picks are 4 times 32.
And I'll say this: if it's higher than 25%, let's take Mel out of the seat and put who was this guy?
Chad Reuter.
Put Chad Reuter, and have him have a fucking rooster sit next to him on the NFL Network stage. That would. There you go.
Yeah, Reuter's Roosters. Instead of, I don't know, what does Kuiper call his? I don't know. I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't know if Ty Schmidt's going to be able to do as good impression of Chad Reuter as he does Mel Kiper.
You're right.
So
I just saw that. He's 25%. And then, I think 2015, he wasn't right on a single fucking thing in the draft.
What, Kiper?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Completely off. So, Chad, you hit it?
25%.
Look for the money. Barstool might sign him. Who the hell knows?
Fuck, yeah. Portnoy, get on the phone, brother. He'd probably pay you a little bit more, too.
John Gruden and him? Are you fucking kidding me? Crunching numbers like that? Yeah. Be interesting. Good for him. But, yeah, you got to be a little fucked in the head to do that. Not
little
gonna,
bit.
not going to sugarcoat that.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. It's a dicey situation. And
Yeah.
moving on to a more dicey situation.
Right.
Stanford's former head coach.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, you saw that, huh?
Uh-huh.
You saw that too.
Yeah.
Not a good situation there. Guy by the name of excuse me while I'm looking his name up. Troy Taylor.
Yep.
Accused of bullying and belittling female athletic staffers throughout his tenure while at Stanford, and was officially let go today. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, they fucked Mr. Troy Taylor for abusing and belittling the people that are trying to help make Stanford back into the program it once was. And really writing a pretty poor chapter to the start of Andrew Luck's GM career.
Yeah. I go a 10.
I was, yeah. I don't think I can get away with anything else. We'll see.
I just think, and this actually happened, and I really don't give a shit. Somewhere in New York here, I can get that. But a Hall of Fame coach, high school coach, they lost in the state finals. I don't know if you saw this, but grabbed the ponytail of one of the stars.
Oh yeah, yep, I saw that video.
I don't do. Yep. I don't get down with that. And this guy kind of
motivation, hard nosed coaching is one thing.
Yeah.
Abusing's another.
Yeah. No hands on the athlete. This guy, he reminded me when I was reading the Trevor, reminded me of a guy we don't talk about that was involved with the Washington organization. That's kind of the feel I got. Just a belittling asshole. Like,
well, I don't know if it rose to the level of he who shall not be named conduct,
right,
but
we don't know yet. Yeah, but I just got a feel of that. You know,
sure.
You know, you're trying to help your team out. You don't got to be a dick. Fuck.
Well, doesn't help when they only win 3 or 4 games. They did this past year, but
yeah, let's yell at fucking 18 to 23-year-old women because you suck at coaching.
Good shit.
I mean, whatever you.
That's yes, and dummy. Yeah. Is what it is, brother.
Do you guys know X's and O's? Fuck you. You're the coach. All right.
I'm sure that's exactly how it went down.
It was probably, yeah.
You know X's and O's? No, fuck you.
Some of these guys that just don't think they're going to get caught. And this day and age, with phones, recording, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, if you think, you got to think everything. I go around, I go around thinking I'm recorded all the time. Out in public. On here, you see a loose cannon, not so. PlayStation, you see that. But outside of this.
I was going to say, even though we are actually being recorded right now.
Right. Yeah. But outside.
Keep it moving.
Played the fifth. Next question.
I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege.
I'm going 5 there. Fifth. Yeah.
Plead the fifth. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? Our championship pick for the Buckle Up with the Boys NCAA tournament bracket, i.e., Florida, after their, let's just say, I'm using this word a lot this week, dicey performance against UConn. Because they got to play. Who do they play next? Maryland. Well, I mean, Maryland struggled with Colorado State, too. Had to win on that last-second buzzer beater.
I'll go 6.
Say 6?
Yeah.
Think Maryland's a better matchup for him than UConn?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think so.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I think so.
How's that like a, yeah, I'll side with you on a 6. I'm a little worried. I'm more worried if Arkansas really takes care of business against Texas Tech, say wins by like 10 points, and then Florida has to play them.
They're hot.
Be very
Cinderella.
That's it's tough to stop a well-coached Cinderella as well, and John Calipari. So,
and I can't remember this one guy. Kind of lighter skin, has dreads. On Arkansas. I think he's their big boy.
Trying to think.
He had a hell of a putback done.
Tiero?
Yeah, his motor.
Or are you talking Boogie, like long. Or you're Boogie Fland. I think you're talking Boogie Fland.
His motor
averages 14.2, 3.4, and 5.4.
Yeah, his motor is. I like that guy.
Yeah,
like him.
Yeah, he's a freshman. Freshman guard, that Boogie Fland.
Yeah. But I'll see a 6 for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick with you on that.
Yeah.
Sticking with basketball, going to the pros right now, talking your team for a quick second, just a quick second before we get to debate time. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? Considering they've gone 3-7 in their last 10, starting to struggle now. Cracks are showing. The Lakers' chances of coming out of the West.
Yes, 8, 7.
That's where I was around. I'll say a 7. They still have the talent to do so, and obviously the playoff experience with Luka and LeBron. It's just that the Thunder just seem impossible to beat right now.
Very concerned. I'm as concerned for their season as I am about LeBron's feet. I don't know if anybody's seen that photo.
What happened to his foot?
His toes are fucking
toes. Ugh.
Like you're a fucking billionaire. Let's get that figured out. Let's get an insert.
How many $1 million into your body every year? You can't get good toes.
They have pads that you can put on, and it's like, it spreads your feet out. Why aren't we using it? It looks painful. It looks fucking painful. I'll send you the picture.
I don't know, man.
I'll send you it's disgusting.
Please do. Yeah.
I don't know how he's dunking. I don't know how he's dunking with the second foot over top of his big toe. The landing pass.
Very strange.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's from, the jamming of the feet in the, at the top of or at the front of the shoe or what the hell's going on, but it's nasty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I say 7 there.
Cool. And I got one more important thing to do before I move on to debate time.
Yes.
Going on the Buckle Up with the Boys shit list for this week. For ruining our bracket in the very first game that was televised for the NCAA tournament, one of our Elite 8 picks, Louisville.
Bastards.
Louisville.
Fuck 'em.
Then going on to the Buckle Up with the Boys Yeet list.
Yes.
For proving us right, for being a shining beacon in the doldrum that is the ACC this year, and for definitively handling their first 2 opponents in this tournament, being all that we thought that they were, and not the typical team that we see that could either make a Final Four run or, lose in the first round to Mercer. They've left all doubt at the door. The Duke Blue Devils.
Yep.
It's the only good list I'm ever going to put them on.
Yeah.
I can't stand them. But
no.
They're doing my bracket a solid right now.
They are.
They're literally the only team I picked to make a Final Four in all of my brackets out of that region, and they're just cruising right now.
Yeah.
Won their first game, what was it, by 44, and then beat Taylor by 23.
Yeah.
0 doubt in either of those games. Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag and the Duke Blue Devils. Good shit.
Yeah. No, good shit. But anything else, Trevor?
No, that's it. I'm ready for debate time, my brother.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
You actually have some thoughtful questions this week.
Yeah, I fucked up the whole arrangement. But another segment of debate time. Stay along. Trevor has some debate time questions, and then our Be a Man, Buckle Up with the Boys, Be a Man question of the week as well. But which another debate today with a coworker. Which chicken wing part is better? You a flat guy? Or are you a drumstick guy?
I tell you, I used to be a drumstick guy.
I agree.
I have flipped to the dark side. I have I've gone to the flats. Because I figured out how to eat them now.
Correct.
You take a little bite out to get to that first bone, right?
Yep.
And you tear that bone off, and then you bite from the base of that second bone, and it takes all of the chicken off.
Yep.
No burnt pieces, just pure 100% chicken sauce, rub, whatever you got on it.
It's a clean pull.
It's beautiful. It's
clean.
It's clean. Nope. The drum you have to nibble around it a little bit. Sometimes you get that burnt piece on the end. Yep. I see the downside now. I do. You generally sometimes you do get more meat on the drums.
Correct.
But also you get more room for error. So
correct. Right. I think it's just easier to handle the flat, in my opinion. I know some people out there might be fucking. Drumstick is easier to dip. You can.
Yes.
If for that fucking bizarre, you just get the ranch or whatever the hell you have, blue cheese, put it on there, just layer it over the top, and then you can get the fucking. But if you want to do drumstick, that's fine. I'm a flat guy. But no. This question's going to be interesting, and I'm really excited to see what you have to say. Most overrated basketball player ever.
Oh boy,
NBA. I have mine.
Oh man,
and it's going to piss some people off. Won't piss you off.
Most overrated. Oh man, that's an excellent question. Wilt comes to mind.
Okay.
No, I'm just kind of cycling through guys that I weren't.
I'll throw mine out to maybe help Georgia.
Yeah, please. Oh, okay.
Not anything
like Carmelo Anthony.
I think the money paid.
Yeah.
And the production.
Didn't match up.
I don't think I don't.
Maybe I'm not fucking production in terms of stats or in terms of championships.
That both.
Hardware.
Both.
Okay. The hardware side I can understand.
Because there's some people out there. I'm taking Melo for the last shot.
Well, actually,
let's look at the percentages here.
Carmelo Anthony. Let me just pull up his basketball reference page here real quick. Take a look at his all-time stats.
Yeah.
22.5 a game, 45% from the field, 35.5 from three, 81% career free throw shooter, 48.5 effective field goal percentage, and averaging 6 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Did kind of cycle between a lot of teams toward the end of his career as well. Not all that uncommon.
Right.
And I'm just trying to see where's the points per game. Yeah, never averaged higher than 28.7. Okay. I guess I'm thinking like prime Carmelo. I always associate I always think prime Carmelo or like early days with the Knicks and like late days with the Nuggets.
Yeah, when he was when he was because he got drafted, right? And then
he got drafted by the Nuggets.
Okay. I think early Nuggets days potential, but then I don't know what the fuck happened. He was a dog with AI. Those two, fun to watch when we were kids. When people put them up there, it's like, yeah, I might even put Tracy McGrady above him, Trevor. No offense.
What that?
Okay.
It's possible.
If I'm building a team, I'm taking Tracy. You don't have to agree, but it's
fair enough.
He didn't really play defense. That's my biggest argument.
That's
just to give it to
that's
people.
True too.
Who's going to weigh it out?
I think I got mine.
Okay.
Speaking of guys that don't play defense, and a guy that no matter what you give him, no matter how much you bend over backwards for the guy, still has not delivered the hardware necessary for you to bend over backwards for him. James Harden.
I agree.
That's the one that comes to mind. And yes, Sixers plight is there. It is. It absolutely is.
Syracuse kind of rubbed into the middle thing too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie, but that's what. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Both players.
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying that like James Harden is not generationally great. He is, but in terms of where people put him versus his peers.
Yeah. No, that's just. This is gonna really get some fucking fans. Most overrated football player ever.
Oh God, you're going with the overrateds tonight. Okay.
And I got one that's going to be a discussion, I feel, between us.
Okay. Yeah.
He is a quarterback.
Okay. No, I'm trying to think. It's not Aaron Rodgers, is it?
Played for the Giants.
Eli?
I think he's yeah.
Oh, in the same breath, Joe Namath.
See, and he's thrown in there a lot. Stats wise, first time, not bad.
Like the worst, but
yeah,
not warranting the attitude that he had. Not warranting he's more known and remembered for his persona, and obviously the guarantee of Super Bowl III. But
if there's anybody, this is a public service announcement, and I mean this. If there's anybody that watches this or comes across our page and you've watched to this point, if you put Eli Manning above Big Ben, you are fucking out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Some say, oh, they have both had overpowered defenses. Fuck that. No.
Yeah, they kind of did, but still, defense wins championships.
Right, but I look at Eli in the pocket, Trevor. Cement shoes.
Yeah.
Ben.
Other than that one play.
The guy made the most insane effort play in Super Bowl history, I feel. Except James running it back. But just pure fighting for the ball. Using his fucking helmet. I did have Tony Romo up there as well. But I think everybody.
Yeah, that's a consideration. Trying to think. Yeah, I'll probably just stick with the Namath pick. I mean,
beloved, but
beloved for sure. Yeah.
He's in double ARP commercials now. If you want to check him out.
Yeah, he's not old, man. He's old.
Oh yeah, he looks good though. Oh, he can probably still. I'll just leave that for another time. Just keep it moving. What is the best?
Another one. I think Emmitt Smith gets overrated a little bit.
Best line. How many Hall of Famers?
Best line. He was, don't get me wrong, tough as hell.
Yeah.
I think Barry's better.
I might put fucking Eggman up there too.
Aikman? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good thought.
Now that I think about it, you had a Hall of Fame wide. And again, people could say that about that. No, you had Emmitt Smith, generational, leading rusher all
best
time.
Best offensive line in football.
Yep. Michael Irvin, when not on the cocaine, probably one of the best in the league.
Yes. Yep.
And you had Dion was mixing it up in there at the time too, right? With Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he's on the Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
The one against the Steelers, anyway.
A little palate cleanser here, taking something out of Trevor's book here. Please. But what is the best place you've been on vacation? Let's just bring us down easy.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. Well, I tell you, I was in the Dominican Republic, like in December of 23, I believe it was. I forget exactly where I was. I can't even think of the town. I'd have to like look it up and look at old photos and look at the location that was on Instagram.
Right.
But I was only there for a few days, but it was just beaches, beautiful women, hanging with the boys, slamming back some brewskis. That's all it was the whole entire fucking weekend. And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Outer Banks is pretty solid as well.
I threw Outer Banks with her family, my family. That's
Outer Banks is consistent. Like you can have fun pretty much anywhere you go. So it's kind of nice.
Nate said Outer Banks. I kind of just grouped them together. But I'll say this: Denver, Colorado. If you ever get a chance, go there. It is one of the most chill, beautiful areas I've ever been. We'll say that. You land at the airport and you see the Rockies. It's like it's just zen. Just calming. I don't know. I just thought it was beautiful. But that's all I have for debate time, Trevor.
I got a couple. Going back to the sports side of it. Best NCAA tournament run of all time and best NBA finals run of all time. I have both of mine.
I think we threw.
If you need a spark.
NC State. You and me both agree.
83.
Jimmy,
Valvano.
That battle with cancer. It's a hell of a speech. I'd say that. Who the hell had sister? My apologies. Sister
Jean.
Yeah, that was a hell of a run.
Chicago. Yep.
Yeah.
Loyola Chicago.
Now they're with A10 here.
Yeah.
But NBA, I think far overlooked. The Mavs being the Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Dirk played his ass off with a bunch of bumps. No offense to Jason Kidd and Jason Terry, but
they were old.
And Tyson Chandler. I mean, fuck, man. I mean, LeBron, D-Wade, led team. Come on. And Bosch.
Let's look at who else they beat, too. They had to beat hang on. They beat the Blazers in 6.
Yep.
They swept the Lakers. The Kobe and Powell Lakers, by the way. I knew they beat the Lakers. I just had to remember how many games it was.
Yeah.
And then they beat the Thunder in 5 games. And then went on to beat the OG Big Three. Well, I guess that's technically Boston, but the second iteration of that in the Miami Heat. How many Hall of Famers did he just clash with and dismiss on his way to winning his lone NBA Finals?
And I forget what play it was. I think someone shot and he battled for the rebound, and that one fade away on the baseline. I always think back to. I was like, fuck, and he just looked drained as shit. And Dirk was still he was still crushing beers after games. Bro. Yeah, he was fighting. No, I have to say that.
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and I think also the 2009, 2010, if I'm saying that right, the Lakers with Kobe, there was no one on that fucking team. I think that was before Powell came over, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been. I mean, we had Steve Blake at fucking point guard. How many people know Steve Blake out there?
And in the same vein, since you want to talk your team, I'll talk mine.
Sixers. Yeah.
Even though they didn't win it,
The best. How tall was AI? Or how tall is AI?
5'10", 5'11", I think.
Okay.
Maybe 6 feet. Maybe.
He is the only guy, not kissing your ass here, I think I've said it before. He is the only guy I've seen play like 7 inches taller than he is.
Yeah.
He's battling with the fucking bigs for rebounds. What, he averaged like 5 rebounds career, Trevor, or something like that? 4 rebounds. So
not that much.
Yeah, but still, for a point guard. But still, it's in there with the trees battle. Dunking over guys.
I'm kind of, you got me curious now. I want to see how many.
His stats are underestimated for his size.
Averaged more points than Carmelo.
He did.
Yeah. 26-7. Carmelo averaged, let me get back to it here, 22-5.
Correct.
So, yeah, there you go. If you're just going based on points, Iverson takes the cake. Average
was high.
Yeah, just under 4 boards a game.
No one talks about that enough. I don't know.
Yeah, good thought. It's an excellent thought.
Yeah, but good shit.
Last one. Buckle up with the boys. Be a man. Question of the week. How do pets impact your life's? Well, not your life's. Well, I guess your life, the lives around you, the relationships, and all that good stuff. Pets impact on your life.
I've always had a dog. Don't get people that like cats. You have a cat, that's cool.
Same here. I'm not a cat person.
I'm allergic to them as well. People think I make that up. No, I actually go in full on trauma when I'm around a certain type of. But anyways, no, I think they calm me down, and I think if you see me, not this weekend as an example, Trevor, but you see a different person. I just love nurturing and being kind to dogs. I don't get people that beat their dogs. I don't get that shit. I think they're little people.
Yeah.
I think they're little people. They have their own personality, and there's a calming that they bring me. So any dog, not even my own, I just enjoy. They just bring me down. Pet them. They lick your face, slop or whatever. It doesn't bother me.
Unconditional love.
As
long as you take care of him, like.
Who said it again? And I always quote him, and I always forget to give him his flowers. I want to die where dogs go. Wherever dogs go, I want to go. I forget who said that. Someone said that, quoted, and I never give him his flowers.
Where dogs go, I want to go.
Yeah. When I die, I want to go where dogs go.
I want to go where dogs go. Will Rogers.
Yeah. I don't give him his flowers. I always say that. But that's, honestly, I think they're the pure soul out there. So, yeah. And you learn a lot from them.
Oh, yeah.
They may not talk back to you. They do listen.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
Sometimes more than Taylor.
Yes. Right. I could bitch to her, and she's just.
Love you, Taylor.
Yeah.
Love you.
No, they're just paying. They don't say anything back. They're just like it together. I appreciate it.
I hear you. Yeah, that's all good thoughts, and I'm gonna echo those by saying same. I've had dogs all my life until I moved out of my folks' home, but even then, the dog Sam, his name is, he's a Husky Terrier mix. Comes to the door, barks at me, jumps on me every time like I'd never left. And Christ, if I don't see one of my friends for like 6 months, it's gonna take me like a couple hours to get used to you again. It doesn't take a dog that. It's just unconditional, boom, right there. And on top of the whole calming you down, cuddling with you, playing with you, and honestly, they kind of make you appreciate the simple things. Because they don't do a whole lot. They eat, sleep, poop, play, basic functions of life. Kind of gets you back to the basic fundamentals of life, essentially. Yeah. Just enjoying the little things. So
they keep me grounded. That's the best way.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't just have to be dogs too. I mean, whatever you own, cats.
Yeah.
parrots. Who cares? That's. Just,
I do want to get a parrot and teach it how to swear.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
My apartment doesn't allow birds, though, so I can't. And I kind of like where I live, so I'm willing to sacrifice not having a parrot that swears all the time.
I saw the one. If you're looking for a laugh, guy smashes its cage. He got him a new cage, but he smashes the old cage in front of the parrot, and the parrot just outside its teacher. The parrot loses its fucking mind. What the fucking fuck? It's it, and I'm like, I want that. Like, I need that. I come home, fuck you. Like, just a little.
You're
chuckle.
a piece of shit.
Yeah. They fucking do shit with
You're
their
a piece
head.
of shit.
They do that weird shit with their head, and then their eyes get real big.
Yeah. Bob this. Yeah. It's like a woodpecker, but it's a parrot, and it's in your house, and it swears at you.
It's just funny. I enjoy it. But anything else for the folks out there, buddy?
Enjoy what's left of your March Madness brackets, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
We're past the round of 32. The chaos is going to subside a little bit, but we still got a little ways to go. But yeah, other than that, have a good week. Have a good night. Praying for y'all, and see you next week.
Yep. As always, we appreciate you for staying to this point. If you didn't, that's your loss. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also look out on our socials. I'm going to be getting back into the editing swing of things here. Took a little break off that. Check out TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, our Facebook pages. And also, if there's someone out there that would like to sponsor our Draft Night Shindig, we are going to be starting reaching out to the sponsors from last year for our giveaway during our Draft Night Shindig. Third annual, Trevor. I did not think we would get here, but we're here.
We are. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, make sure, bookmark that. I'm going to be putting that up here tomorrow or the next day so people can bookmark that. To get notifications, and we go throughout the whole draft. Trevor does a great job. I kind of just act like I know what the hell I'm talking about. But we'll have the draft board on the side here so you can follow along with us. I know last year people were happy to see that, so we'll have that feature as well. But have a good day, have a good night, stay safe out there. God bless. This was another episode of Buckle with the Boys. All gas, no breaks, and we'll be back next Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Yep.